All right, today's class we are looking at multiplying integers, and there are 3 rules to follow when we multiply integers. The first rule is the product of 2 positive integers. This is what you've always been multiplying. When you multiply, for example, 3 times 6, there's 2 positives, so your answer here would just be a positive 18. That's correct. And I'm just going to put 18, but it is a positive, and we know that if there's no sign in front of the 18, we know it's positive. And notice this one was brackets next to brackets. There's no operation in between the brackets, so we know that's multiplication. Here we have the X symbol, which we know is multiplication. So positive 5 times positive 4, which will be positive 20. And I'm just going to write 20, but we know it's positive. The next type of multiplication is when we have that dot in between. That little dot there also means it's multiplication. So we have positive 8 times positive 7, which gives me positive 56. And I'm just going to write it as 56. Our next rule is the product of 2 negative integers will be positive. So here we have negative 6 times negative 5. So again, it's brackets next to brackets. There's no operation in between here. So that means it is multiplication. All right, so negative 6 times negative 5, which gives me positive 30. And I'm just going to write it as 30. Okay, next we have negative 4 times negative 9. So again, our rule is 2 negative integers multiplied together will always be positive. So here, this will give me positive 36. All right, and negative 2 times negative 8 will give me a positive 16. The third rule when multiplying integers, the product of a positive integer and a negative integer is always negative. All right, so in our first example, we have negative 9 multiplied by a positive 3. It's a multiplication. We have 1 negative, 1 positive. Our answer will be negative 27. All right, next example, we have a positive 7 multiplied by a negative 4. So again, it's a positive times a negative, so our answer will be negative 28. All right, here, positive 6 times negative 8. Again, it's a positive integer multiplied by a negative integer, so our answer will be negative. So negative 48. All right, so the only time you'll end up with a negative answer when you're multiplying is if one number is a positive and one number is a negative. All right, so just to sum up our rules, I'm just going to do it here. So if you have a positive multiplied by a positive, our answer is positive. If you have a negative multiplied by a negative, our answer is also positive. If you have a positive multiplied by a negative, your answer is negative. If you switch that around, if it's negative multiplied by a positive, your answer is negative. All right. Okay, let's try these. I'm going to pause here. All right, so here, our first example, we have a positive 6 times 0. That will just be 0. 0 is not positive or negative. 0 is neutral. So here, when we have negative 8 times 0, the answer is just 0. Again, because 0 is neutral. So here, negative 12 times negative 7. We know that 2 negatives multiplied together give me a positive. And 12 times 7, therefore, 84. Negative times negative, it's positive 84. Here we also have two negatives being multiplied together. So our answer will be positive 75. Here we have a positive multiplied by a negative. So our answer will be negative 70. And the last one here, we have negative 9 multiplied by a positive 3. So our answer is a negative. So negative 27.